Right now is the love, appreciation, respect from so many that he deserves because he's been an amazing president.
And of course he's endorsed his VP. What do you make of Vice President Kamala Harris potentially being the nominee for the Democrats? Of course it isn't official yet.
She's going to be an amazing president, and I look forward to supporting her and for all my kids to see the first female president of the United States.
Yeah, do you ever think it would be a day and age where you'd see that? I mean,
absolutely, yes. We're behind the times in the United States. A lot of most countries have had female leaders, so we're ready, and we're behind Kamala. And I know she is. She's going to fight every day for us.
Love your resilience as a mom to just not get by.
Oh, this is my life. Every moment of every day. There's always something going on.
Is there any individual that, I mean, it is open to see who could be it. If it's not Kamala, is there anyone else that you'd prefer seeing?
We have a deep bench. I think this moment is for Kamala.
Awesome. And anything else you'd like to add, or just in regards to how this unfolded, how it was after the primary, how a lot of the voters already supported Biden through the primary, but now it's in this weird space where we don't know what comes next.
I have no doubt that the party's going to rally, get behind Vice President Harris as the nominee, and she's going to lead us through.
Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And I didn't want to get this during the interview, but just in case we needed it, what are your kids' names?
Sebastia.
Sebastian, I'm Nathan. Nice to meet you. Leo. Is he a Leo?
What do you mean by that?
Like I'm a Leo. I was born on August 4th.
Scorpio? No, he's not. No, he's not. Hi. How are you?
All right.
Yeah. And then Louisa is 2. Louisa. I was talking to the news.
I believe the last name is the same.
Actually, no. My last name's different than theirs. So their last name is M-O-N.
Yeah, well, no, they're
What is this, like the letters? You live in the district?
And when I was just out of college.
Thank you so much. I work with him at the AP.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
I want to be able to see you. If you guys cartoons, you guys see me. Still not quite secure. Smart enough to bring this up.
see you got a sign. Would you mind if I got a shot of it? Just a close-up of you holding it? You don't have to be in the frame if you're uncomfortable. It's up to you.
You can get the sign, but please don't put my face.
Yeah, I will. I can even flip it around here, so I don't know if you can see this. Just the sign itself. Okay, thank you so much. It's nice to see all the handmade stuff. I think there was one guy who works at like a printing office who happened to have like a Kamala Harris sign, you know, so he had one that was like already a full
T-shirt also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So otherwise everything has to be handwritten. It's so new, you know. So. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Democrats covered for him, media covered for him.
Are you an independent journalist?
I'm with the Associated Press.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So you're very independent. So, and I'd like to talk to you, man, if you have the time.
Of course.
Yeah, always trying to get a diverse amount of perspectives.
Absolutely.
So, let me quick set up here. Make sure get it in frame. And if you guys want to be next, I mean, let me know. I don't know if you're of age to vote, but
Unfortunately not.
not yet.
We are voting for the first time this November.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I got you in focus here. Alright. Now, I already got a shot of you and your sign.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you need to hold it up during the interview.
Yeah.
I got the B-roll of that.
That's cool.
So, and I'll be off to this side of the camera. Feel free to look and respond to me.
Sure.
Make sure I got my mic still working. Double check. And I always kick off interviews the same way.
Absolutely.
Just introducing yourself. Say and spell your first and last, just so I get it right.
She's okay, folks.
Yeah. All right. I think I should be all set. Do you have any questions for me before we get going?
No.
All right. So I start interviews. Yeah. If you don't mind, just introducing yourself, sir.
Sure.
Michael Willie, Michael-Wille, 37. I live in Virginia.
Awesome. Virginia resident and, of course, a registered voter.
I am.
Yeah. And talk about, to start off, just your quick hitters of your views on the current president, Joe Biden.
Sure.
What's your view of him?
Well, I think he lied to us for years. He said his health was fine. Kamala said his health was fine. Karine Jean-Pierre said his health was fine. Then the debate happened, and we all saw his health is not fine. Imagine that. The media covered for him. A month ago, we were told anything said about his health being wrong or being cognitive decline meant that it was a cheap fake or misinformation. Then a week later, the debate happened, and all of a sudden, oh, we can say that as the truth. We're tired of being lied to. Stop lying to us. Also, I'm not a Trump supporter.
Yeah, good to know. And I think it's interesting that the cracks were forming long before the debate, as you had mentioned. There was a lot of gaps, a lot of signs that he is 81 years old, and he's what would he look like at the end of 4 years?
Absolutely.
So talk about, mentioning of course his age, but other factors that went into your view of maybe him not being maybe the ideal choice for the 2024 race.
Well, he lied the first time around about Charlottesville. He claimed Trump said there were very fine people on both sides, when Trump said he condemned the neo-Nazis and white supremacists. His whole candidacy, the reason for it the first time around, was based on a lie. He continues to use divisive rhetoric throughout the campaign. And where does Robert Hur go for his apology, the special counsel who said he did not exonerate Biden for having willfully retained classified documents, but a jury wouldn't convict him because he was an elderly man with a poor memory? And the Democrats attacked Robert Hur for saying he was invoking, Biden's age into an independent, analysis. Robert Hur's vindicated today. He deserves an apology, especially from Adam Schiff, who said that he was lying about this. And then last weekend, Adam Schiff said Biden should drop out because of his health. We're tired of the lies. Stop lying to us.
What do you make of Biden's getting to this point, actually stepping down, and what the next steps could or not be,
Well, if you can't run for president, you shouldn't be the president. He should resign. If you can't, after these many weeks of saying you're fine, and now all of a sudden you're not, you don't have the ability to be the president for 6 more months. 6 months and less than a day from today is January 20th. And that's when we're going to have a new president. And if you can't be the president now, if you can't run for president now, you shouldn't be the president. But he's not going to resign. Kamala will be the nominee. We'll see who she chooses as Veep. Trump's probably going to win.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that he already endorsed Kamala, but it's not a sealed deal.
Correct.
I mean, talk about the unknowns going into this nomination process, especially
Correct.
coming after the primary, but between now and the convention in August.
We're going to see what the delegates do. I just read on Twitter Joe Manchin might be re-registering as a Democrat to throw his hat into the race. Pritzker might get in. Gavin Newsom might get in. I'd love to see a free-for-all because they deserve it. They lied to us for years and they deserve this chaos. We're tired of the lies, of everybody treating us like we don't know what we see with our own eyes. And it's all to further a political agenda that the media agrees with.
And I think it's just interesting that Kamala has gone to the forefront. Is there any thoughts, feelings about her as the potential Democratic nominee? Whether there's pros, cons?
Let's see. She was for the Green New Deal, which got 0 votes in the U.S. Senate, would destroy our energy industry. She's for open borders. She's been terrible as the borders are. And she lied about Biden's health for years, claiming he was fine when he was not. The Trump administration already has an ad out, or Trump campaign already has an ad out talking about how Kamala said he's in good shape. He's clearly not in good shape. She owns everything that happened to Joe and all the policies that he's passed to.
Do you think it's a fair democratic process to have someone kind of selected versus who the voice of the voters chose, as far as the primary result versus this time frame, all of the donors and Democratic elites coming in?
That's what I'm talking about. It's not fair. The Democrats said they were the party of democracy. And then we had a primary where Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson actually challenged Joe because all the other governors and senators and congressmen were scared to actually put their hat into the ring. So they thought they could make Joe win and get to the November 5th election without all this coming out. But that was a risk and a gamble, and it didn't pay off for them. So now they're stuck with the party bosses choosing the party. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how the voters respond to it.
Who would you ideally want to see?
Justin Amash. He's a congressman from Michigan. He used to write about every vote he would take open and transparently on Twitter every day. He's running for U.S. Senate in Michigan. Unfortunately, I recognize the reality. We're never going to get a third party anytime soon. But Trump's probably going to win, and we're going to continue to be divided as a country.
Yeah, why do you feel like it's likely that Trump will succeed, especially with this process being so last minute, and hopefully, I mean, the Democrats see it as a way that they could position themselves better come November 5th?
Good luck with that. That's all I have to say about that. We'll see where the polls are, and if Trump decides to show up to the next debate. He's already talking about not doing that, and who Kamala chooses as her vice presidential candidate. But polling right now is not great for Biden, and it wasn't great for Biden. It's not great for Kamala either, but that could change. We'll see what happens.
And I want to get a sense of whether you're more of a Democrat, Republican, Independent. Where do you fall?
Independent.
Yeah. So you'd prefer maybe a third party? If
Absolutely.
It were viable? Like if there were ranked choice voting, for instance?
Maybe. There's concerns about that, but just politicians are out for themselves. They don't care about the people. They care about lining their pockets. That's what this town is about. It's about the grift. They care about making as much money across the different, forms of media and writing books or being on TV and running for office. That's what they truly care about.
And a lot of people think Kamala, like yourself, is likely the candidate because she fundraised with Biden. They have the money in the coffer still. Do you feel like that's going to be one of the main deciding factors for why she might end up being the president? Yes, that
will be a major factor, as well as the fact that she was chosen to be on the ticket in 2020 to shore up black support. And if they kick her off, that black support might go away, or they might not come out as strongly as they did before. So we'll see. Obama has not endorsed her yet. He's calling for an open primary. A few other people have, but anything could change. It could change in the next minute here. That's how things are happening these days. We'll see what happens.
Definitely a very unique 2024 election.
Absolutely.
I mean, like any that I think we've seen. I think in the general way you'd agree.
Absolutely. I worked on the 2012 campaign, and this is a whole different reality than that one.
Anything else you'd like to add? Being around to asking?
Tell the truth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Hello. Of course. LRT, where's that?
I'm from Lithuania. From Europe.
Lithuania.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Vilnius?
Exactly, I was working in Vilnius.
Okay.
Wow. Did you visit Vilnius?
No, I just know world capitals. I was on Jeopardy.
Oh, wow.
Baltic states.
Yeah. Curious, would you want to do
So, what was your initial reaction when you heard the news?
For sure.
Awful news. Joe Biden got 14.
And that's fine, yeah. But I'm happy to get your view if you want. And you guys don't need to be in the frame, your kids, so not a problem. If you don't mind taking a step to your left here and make sure I got this going.
But the media told me that those concerns were sheepcakes or misinformation. And then the debate happened, and all of a sudden it became...
You guys don't need to be. No worries then. And again, he's not the only voter I talked to. I talked to many others, so we're trying to get a variety of views. No, it's not all about you. It's not all about him. Yeah. I've done like 4 or 5 interviews. So, yeah. Going to get a lot of different perspectives. And as a first-time voter, it's interesting. Yeah, sure.
Leave that up to them to figure out.
Sure, gotcha. Here we go. So I always start interviews the same way. If you don't mind just introducing yourself, sir, by just say and spell first and last, just so I pronounce it and spell it correct myself. Whenever you're ready, and I can hold the mic.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, no worries.
my name is Vikas Dukhande, Vikas Dukhande, and I'm from Long Island, New York. So this is first time I'll be voting in American elections. We just became citizen.
We might have to move because the park's closing.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we can still get it at the edge of the park here.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, the police typically are pretty serious about. But yeah, happy to walk out with you.
Sure.
So.
All right, sir, so I need to move into
Not
the
a
park.
problem. Not a problem. Yeah, I think it's just this sidewalk actually. So if we go across the street here, it should be fine.
I'll wear normal glasses.
All right. So sorry for that, but we'll get reset up here. Okay. We might wait just a little bit for the sirens and everything to get out. But again, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you guys are just visiting DC, right? And didn't expect the news to come up. You know, you just happened to be outside the White House that day.
That this just happened. Yeah, they were asking for it, a lot of them.
Right, yeah. All right, so if you want to plant your feet comfortably where you're at there. Awesome. And again, I'll still be on the side of the camera for the interview. So just to quadruple check that I got your name, if you don't mind doing that. I know you probably do it a lot.
Sure.
So whenever you're ready to go, if you don't mind just introducing yourself, and feel free to talk to me.
Yeah. So, my name is Vikas Dukhande, Vikasdukhande, and I'm from Long Island, New York. And you know, about the news, just heard this afternoon that President Biden decided not to contest these elections. Looks like it was brewing, long time. On the media, on the Twitter, social media, they were saying sometimes it felt like they were fake news, that they were making up his health is bad, but then looked like during the debate it looked like that was the truth, that he couldn't really coherently say some things, gather his thoughts together, so it was really apparent that he is not doing really well. So, and then I think it was a matter of time before he dropped, from the race. So all happened for the good. Let's see what happens in the main elections in November.
I think it's interesting, your perspective. Talk about your perspective in this election, for those who don't know, and the options Trump-Biden that you initially had?
Yeah, well, I'm originally from India, which is one of the largest democracy, they say, and America is the oldest democracy. So I'll be voting in the presidential election for the first time. And I think the real issues are not all this. The real issues are actually inflation, right? Immigration, open borders or closed borders, jobs and economy. Housing prices, those are the real issues which we should, and I think AP and all independent media should talk more about. But looks like now the debate has shifted to someone attacking Trump versus Biden's health, and the main issues will be sidelined. That's what I feel. Yeah. So, and I'll be voting for the first time. I don't really know. I consider myself independent. So I'm not yet totally decided whether I will vote for whoever the Democratic nominee is or Trump. But I think those are my main factors. I want inflation to be down, housing prices to cool down a little bit. Those major issues that is affecting all the middle class.
Yeah, I think it's just interesting that he dropped out, but he also endorsed his vice president, Kamala Harris, who of course is half black, half South Asian descent as well.
Yes.
What do you make of the VP and her potentially being the Democratic nominee? Of course, it's not official, but it looks like it could go that way.
Yes, I think they will have the endorsement money that, which if she gets backing from Obama and other, major Chuck Schumer and other major Democratic leaders, then she may run. And, she is what they may have because there are no primaries. But I really don't know how good she is going to be. So I hope there are at least 2-3 debates so, people can figure out who Kamala Harris really is. They say overall she has that diverse perspective because of, being half black, half South Asian. So that will definitely help her. But again, I think the issues are more important. I don't know how that is going to be. Trump comes with a lot of baggage and he talks a lot. But I think he has been correct on major issues like economy, trade, right? He brought a lot of jobs. And I think immigration also will be tough. So I think those issues are really important.
Yeah, and it's just interesting, what could unfold between now and November, or even between now and the convention. If it's not Biden, it's not Kamala Harris. Is there any other name or names that you'd rather see as the candidate for the Democrats?
They were, I think on social media, they were talking about Hillary Clinton. That I heard. I heard also Michelle Obama. But it may be, some senators from other states. So I don't know really who Democratic Gavin Newsom. But I think those are very liberal. I really want still Joe Biden because I think last time Joe Biden is more central Democrat rather than really left-leaning Democrat. So we really want to have someone who is more central-leaning Democrat.
What were your emotions when you saw that he's stepping down? I mean, he's been in politics for 5 decades and has done a lot. And as you had said, he's kind of more middle of the road.
Yes. I mean, his health was bad. I would have preferred he would have done that long time back. And if his health is really that bad, then how can he run as a president? So that means that all the other government and other people are actually running the government. That thought is scary. That thought is scary that, as Trump refers to that there is a swamp and, we need to drain the swamp. So that might be true that, whoever the president is, the real people running the government may be, in the background, other people. So that thought is a little bit scary. Fortunately, just 3-4 months so we can survive and hopefully, nothing goes really bad. We have had 2 wars and, having a president with these 2 big wars who probably cannot think 100%, right? So others may have decided American policy for the war as well. That thought is again scary. All of this stuff is really scary. That, what is really happening? Who is controlling the executive office, right?
Yeah, it is really interesting to see him pressured to the point where he stepped down, you know. And as you had said, we've been seeing it for months. What do you think are like maybe the top couple, 3 things that caused him to step down?
I think the performance in the debate, that was the biggest part. I think he said some long sentence, and at the end of it, I think the Trump mentioned, "Yes, Joe, you killed." What did he say? "Yes, Joe, you killed." Something like that. I think he killed some agency, federal agency, Medicaid.
That's right.
Medicaid. He said, "Yes, Joe, you killed Medicaid." I think that stood out. That means, you know, he was not able to hold his own. And Trump was doing fine. I think Trump was coherent. I could understand Trump's policies, you know, what he wanted to say. So health-wise, he looked fine. So I think that was the biggest thing. Then Obama, I think, pulling out his support, because Obama has always been a big supporter of Joe Biden, and that brings a lot of independent votes, black votes. So then he's saying that maybe Joe should think about stepping down. I think those are the 2 big factors.
Anything else you want to add? We can get around to asking.
I think I said most of it. But look, I feel that Trump is going to win this election. You know, he being tough on immigration, he being tough on economy, that's going to help him. Middle class is really angry because of inflation and housing prices, as I said. So, and with the, you know, someone trying to kill him, he has the sympathy votes as well. So that, you know, if we have a strong Democratic candidate, then it may be a tough contest, but otherwise looks like Trump is going to sweep the elections.
Thank you for your time and your help with the story. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your visit to DC. And
good luck with the story. AP and the independent news is really good, you know.
Yeah, we
sometimes we
appreciate
see like Fox, MSNBC is like so biased.
more
but
opinionated.
we
just say,
need
here's
middle.
what happened, and we try to empower people's voices, get a lot of different individual perspectives. So
Definitely.
thanks for being
Thank
one of
you so
those,
much.
and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your visit.
Nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Joe? I wouldn't say it's a rally. It's still just some people chanting, "Thank you, Joe."
Thank you, Joe. 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 Thank you, Joe.
In a little bit.
Thank you, Joe. 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 Thank
There it is. Fake news. CNN. Oh, here we go. Just kidding.
Hey, happy to talk to you, man. I'll get anyone's perspective. If you want to accuse me of being fake
No,
news.
no, I don't even know who you are, man.
We're with the AP.
It's hilarious. I wish I could just ask him, but
Yeah, sometimes people can't talk because of their jobs. I mean, I just try to do like ex-resident. I don't know if you guys are visiting from out of state
we're
or
from
what.
Texas.
Oh, cool.
We're working at Alexandria State High School.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Picked a crazy time to come up here.
Man.
With this going on.
Yeah,
like,
just
oh,
like happened to like want to see the White House on the day he drops.
Absolutely.
What are the
What are the
chances
odds
of
of
that? Yeah. I was just at the RNC Milwaukee all last week covering it. So
Is it as crazy it looks on TV?
what, the convention? It's really tight on the floor there.
Yeah.
They're packed in like sardines. They really are. So, but I talked to delegates from Texas, from Florida,
That's cool.
a lot of different states, man. So
It's interesting to see what's going to happen.
exactly, yeah. The Democrats don't know. That's for sure. So, and it's interesting, like a lot of the attacks at the RNC against the Democrats were Biden-Harris focused. I mean, he endorsed her, but it's not a for sure thing.
It's not
She's
for
going to
sure
be.
she's gonna-
No.
Okay.
They still have to go through some process. But, yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. Whitmer,
California's pretty liberal. Maybe they feel like it's too far.
might be too much.
It's hard to know where they end up, but again, that's part of the story. It's like people don't know. It's August, like the 20th. Yeah,
Take it out quicker than that. But I guess
that's the way it was planned for about 2 years now. So that's the way it goes. But honestly, if you wanted to chat, I'd be happy to. I'm trying to find diverse voices here. I've talked to about 5-6 people. You wouldn't be like the person, or, one of many voices. That's our goal with the story. So.
what would you be asking?
What do you think about Joe Biden? What do you think about him dropping? What do you think about Harris? And if you don't want to, that's fine.
No,
worries.
I'm gonna stay out of it.
He's not here. He's in Rehoboth Beach.
I get a call from the
If that's what you're asking, so I doubt he would do anything till Monday, Tuesday.
They say that he really say something about dropping Biden.
Maybe, yeah, he could do a press conference from Rehoboth, but nothing here.
Doesn't he have COVID?
Right, and that could be a factor too. Like, I don't know when he's willing to go back.
Yeah.
Not sure how he got it, so I can just speculate there. But you guys are just visiting town?
Yeah.
Live here.
Oh, cool, yeah, DC resident. Nice. I don't know what you think of the news. Kind of interesting, for sure.
Yeah.
For him to be, I think it's a good thing that he finally, he needs to retire, have some good power him out and do the Senate.
50 years. A long time to be in any career.
I don't know why, either both of them, they should retire. Let it to, yeah. They should let young people to do it and have a limit to that age.
For sure. That'd be
That's too
interesting.
much.
Yeah.
80 years and you want him to have another 4 years, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I was with him until the genocide.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I talked to some of the,
Until genocide.
pro-Palestinian protesters here too. That was a big factor. He would have faced a lot of
Huge.
trouble.
Loved him until.
Right. But if you guys are willing, I'm doing interviews with like a half dozen folks already. I'm happy to get your perspectives as well if you had a minute, but it's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, happy to get your photos, do your thing.
Come up and be seen on national TV.
Well, he's not here.
Associated Press.
Right, yeah. Thank you.
Sit down.
It's good to see you made it back from the RNC. I was there with you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Did you get disrupted in your travels back with all that outage?
Like about 4 hours. Because I had to take the flight. Yes. I slept in the airport waiting for the first train in, and then I said, let me just come here, not knowing that he was
Right. Goodness, man. Quite interesting.
So I'm always in the middle of stuff, but this is why. Circumstances.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for all the big things.
It's good.
Next week. 37.
All right.
What? We met actually. I worked in the White House, and she was at so through the camera. And Obama, Biden.
Nice to meet you guys. You too. I'm sorry to interrupt.
They're continuing in some sense. All that.
Sorry to see your side. So I can and so if you could tell me things that you're
Hey, I'm doing well.
No, literally, this is just like a
Oh, okay. Yeah, people were like telling me at APO.
Yeah. No. No, we drove from G-Yard. We were in Maryland when we got here. So we drove 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
No, we were there. We were on vacation. Yeah.
Was it the end of the vacation at least, or?
Yes, we were on vacation. Where were we? At the lake? At Deep Creek Lake, and we drove 3 hours to be here today. Like, literally, I got a text. We just seen the news. We were 3 hours. Takes a little while to get 3 kids organized and not leave things behind, but we jumped in the car.
Do you find like the skills you have
I'm good. Over to you. Just people taking photos of the White House. No, there's no official rally or protest or anything. Not that I'm aware of. Oh, you don't want to miss something? Hi. No, I don't think you're going to miss anything in the future. So. Yeah, you're welcome. You guys need a hand? I can help take a photo of all you. That'd be great. You drove 3 hours, as I heard, so you guys just deserve a little break here. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a quiz. That was a quiz.
I'll get your sign more in a bit.
All right, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm happy to take a photo of y'all.
Great. We're going to do like a group one.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. What's your name?
Nathan, I'm with the Associated Press.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah, been interviewing about half a dozen voters already. Just about the news.
What's the good word?
Oh man, I mean, he endorsed Kamala. We'll see. There's just so many unknowns with all this. I haven't really seen something similar since Lyndon B. Johnson when he decided not to run for re-election. So unknown. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Is that what everyone else is saying?
Well,
Or is there more enthusiasm from other people?
I think it's well.
Nathan, did you say you'd take a picture?
Yes. Yeah. So your phone works.
Yeah. You know
Trying
how
to get everyone.
you've got some
Horizontal,
experience.
vertical. What do you
No,
want?
I trust your judgment here.
Got it. Get a little bit of both here.
This is for us.
All right, this is the group right here. Perfect. Oh, I think I got locked out. I'm sorry.
Shout out your passport.
Face ID or whatever you need. I'll keep it open this time, I swear.
We're not the only one.
Perfect.
He's not the only one raising.
Thank you so much. All right. Go. There we go. Everyone in there. Everyone's coming in. Everyone's coming in.
Decency, honesty.
Thank you, Joe. 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 Thank you, Joe.
Honesty, decency, honesty, decency, honesty, decency, honesty.
All right. Got a little video there too.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, let me know if those work for you, okay?
Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt guilty coming up on this.
It's interesting to be like processing it in real
my
time.
God.
You know?
Totally.
But I love your comment. Like, you literally drove 3 hours just to come and like,
You know?
be here and support. I mean, I don't know. You guys have already done a couple of these, but would you be willing to do another?
Sure. Come here,
It's up to you, but
What's up?
Are you okay if I send it to the WhatsApp?
Here.
All right.
Come here. Amanda, come on.
yeah, if you guys want to do it together.
Here. Here, can you hold this? Or you stand with that?
Yeah, I got the signs a little earlier, so
Okay. Here.
there's someone else to hold those. That'll work.
He said he does. He said he got the sign.
And if they happen to wander away, that's fine. But if they want to be in it, cool. Do we have your permission as parents to
Yeah.
have them in the front? Always gotta ask that.
No, thank you for asking.
Yeah, it's part of our policy for sure.
You know, we'll give the Post a hard time. They didn't ask.
There you go. Yeah.
You got the what?
We'll give the Post a hard time. They didn't ask. But
They had been in the post before.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Make sure I got my mic working here. It'll be off and running. Okay.
Here, hard, sir.
Looks like good.
No.
Perfect. You can hang out there. It's cool. You're a pro at this, right?
She is.
All right. Just sounds good. If you guys don't mind just introducing yourself, say and spell your first and last name. Whenever you're ready, if you want to start off.
I'm Kyle Learman, K-Y-L-E-L-I-E-R-M-A-N.
And Amanda, double last name Brown Learman, B-R-O-W-N-L-I-E-R-M-A-N.
Is it hyphenated?
No, no hyphen.
And then, what's your name?
Bell.
Bell, okay.
What's your name?
Leia.
Leia. And who are you?
You say your name?
What's your name?
Hart.
What's your name? Hart. Hart Learman, H-A-R-T.
H-A-R-T.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, the news alert comes down. Where are you guys? How long did it take you to get you here? What was the motivation to come out tonight?
We were at Deep Creek. We were on vacation in Deep Creek, about Maryland, about 3 hours away. And I'm shocked at first, just because even though it's been talked about, it's still a lot to take in. But in reading his statement, I was honestly, I've been proud of everything that he's done as president, proud of this decision, and proud of the path forward that he laid before us. And I think he signaled what he thinks is what we need to do for democracy and for our country. And the fact that he's someone who's willing to step aside from power and not put himself first, put the country first, I think is a huge deal. And I think it just shows the type of leader he is. And we took all that in and we said we got to go thank him. And so we were texting with some friends about coming here to say thank you to Joe Biden, and we wanted to be here. So we got in the car, drove 3 hours, only one bathroom break, and got here in time, and just have been trying to make sure folks know, he knows, and the First Lady understand how appreciative we are to them and to their family for all they've sacrificed for this country. And we're going to take their lead and work as hard as we can to get Democrats elected this fall.
Yeah.
This was an incredibly big decision that obviously he was weighing on, and we all wanted to sort of trust that process and wait for him to make that decision and give him the sort of grace and space to do that. And then when the decision came down, I think we were still in shock that it happened, but just had a ton of gratitude for him, for his service, for his patriotism, his leadership, even in this act, and wanted to make sure that he felt all of the love today on what I'm sure is an incredibly, big, hard day for him too.
Yeah, it's the most powerful position in the world, and he was willing to let go of that power. I don't know if that could be done with every president.
Absolutely.
Totally. It just speaks to the type of leader that he is and has always been for his 50 years of public service. I think he understands what is at stake, what's at stake, also for what do the next 50 years look like, and so much is on the line with this presidency. It's also really exciting, and I think adds to the level of humility that he was ready to say, stand with Kamala Harris, that she is our future and we're ready to elect her as well. That alone is, history making, and I think knowing that we're up against such a threat and saying we're going to elect our first woman, our first black woman, is just could not be more empowering and also super exciting.
Yeah, it's interesting. He endorsed her, but it's not a done deal. What do you make of this kind of unknown process going forward? How we'll see what unfolds in the coming weeks, but that it is kind of uncharted territory.
It is. I also think it's, it requires all of us sticking together and doing the hard work, which is what we all know how to do well. For many of us down here, we worked on the Obama campaign, so we have been knocking doors for good humans for a long time now, and are ready to do it again, ready to get back out on the campaign trail, and certainly to do so to elect the next black woman.
Pause real quick. I need to go onto the street here, so sorry to not have that rule followed. You guys don't.
I love it.
Yeah, if you don't mind taking one step down, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. A very similar backdrop here. Try to follow the rules we can. So.
Sorry. What's your ethnicity? Oh, black. Okay.
I think it's interesting that, there could be a third, a fourth, a fifth name. A lot of names floated. If it isn't Biden, it isn't Harris. Is there any other name that comes to mind that you'd prefer to see?
Right now, it just happened a few hours ago. Honestly, I think for today, focus on thanking President Biden for his leadership tomorrow we'll be united moving forward. And he endorsed Vice President Harris. I think a lot of us are going to take his lead. And I think there's just a lot of talent in the Democratic Party. Energetic, smart, effective leaders, younger,
more diverse.
And I can't wait to see more folks' voices as a part of the process. And I think there's a lot of young people around the country who are going to be energized about this. And again, I think President Biden knew that, and that's why he took this step. He understood that this time was, it was time for him to pass the torch. He said that many times, and I think, again, it's just so remarkable that he is such an incredible public servant that he was willing to take this step.
Yeah, you feel the same, that Kamala's
Totally.
pick up.
Yeah, and I feel like there are incredible folks in the Democratic Party for us to choose from, and to, we will all get in line in that way. It's like a good problem to have when you have so many people who are willing to step up and fight for their country, particularly knowing when, the threat is so great. And this is going to be a hard election no matter what, but we're all going to be out there knocking doors, doing the hard work to make sure that we have a Democrat back in that White House in the fall.
AP's covered elections all over the world. It's a big election year, and some of them happen in 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
do you feel like the time frame could be
I
reasonable?
don't feel worried about that at all. Honestly, I think this is the right time. We are going to get our act together. We are going to go do the hard work, and we'll win. I feel really excited and confident in that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people who were pressuring Biden to drop felt like his chances, his poll numbers against the former president weren't good. I mean, what were some of the main factors you feel played into his decision today to ultimately not run for re-election?
Well, I'll just say I wasn't one of those people that was pressuring him, because I honestly just believed that he would make whatever decision he made would be the right decision for the path forward. And I'm sure he took a lot of folks' thoughts into consideration, and I think ultimately he determined that he was not the best person to beat Trump, and that was probably what came into his mind. And I think if he's made that decision, we're behind him. We're behind him.
Yeah, I think that from your perspective, that you don't want to see another 4 years of Trump.
We cannot afford to see another 4 years of Trump. These 3 children cannot afford another 3 years of Trump.
4 years.
4 years of Trump. That's a terrifying thought. It's too scary to even think about.
Is there anything else about Kamala Harris you want to add? No, if you guys are good.
About Kamala Harris?
Yeah, like her particular credentials that stand out. Any part of her time as VP that you really admire?
I mean, I think that this presidency has gone down as by far one of the greatest of all time. They've done incredible work, and they've done it together every step of the way. She's been right there with him. All of the great change that we are touting, his great leadership, like she has been a part of all of that incredible work. So it's exciting to think about what she can continue to do. As she moves moves into the White House, she'll just continue building upon that legacy, which has already just been so great.
I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I know you guys have juggling kids.
Almost bedtime.
Yeah, almost.
Thanks, man.
Pleasure meeting all of you.
Kyle. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And
Sit down.
here.
You want me to take a picture? Yeah, I love that.
Say ice cream. You have ice cream? Caroline.
Spread the feet.
Dave.
Kyle, real quick before I forget, where do you guys live? Are you in Maryland? Okay, Maryland residents, got it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And again,
Unfortunately, not a swing state, but you know.
right, yeah. Well, thanks again for your
Yeah,
time.
absolutely,
You
you
have a good
too.
rest of your evening. Yep, sorry. I was just saying bye to them. My bad. Oh, thank you. Yep, trying to get as many as I can, so.
Who are you working for?
I'm with the Associated Press. Yeah, AP.
Do you know any of your colleagues who are here?
Yeah, there's a photographer out here. I'm not sure who might be inside on a Sunday shift. I think they're all in Rehoboth because that's where he's at. So, yeah, pretty good showing for folks who just saw the news and like, we should come down. Why not? Yeah. Or just happen to be like visiting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, quite remarkable. The motivation there. Mm.
Did they say where they're from?
Maryland.
I have an extra thing. We're not together. We're just we're all just over the It's sad.
तीनों बच्चों
Yeah, you're in all the pictures, dumbass. What are you doing? Bro, I have to. I can't even cut you out of it. You're like literally right behind me. I don't want that. I don't want that.
And Jack had that on the
If you really want to be on camera, I can interview you if you want.
I mean, we're tourists. If we can help.
Yeah, if you can't vote in the November election, so yeah, that's an important. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but very interesting still.
Anything going to happen today? Like, what's about?
Biden's not, yeah, seeking
I know
re-election.
that.
Yeah.
Is there anything
He endorsed his vice president, Kamala Harris. So he could be the candidate, but it's not a for sure thing.
Like everybody's waiting for that.
No, they're not gonna like make an announcement tonight. He's still in Delaware. So he's not here. But it could be a really busy week. I'll say that much.
All right, good luck.
Thanks. Hey Jack, can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, as far as like the interviews that going? Oh, just some color. Yeah, yeah, sure. Message her. Yeah, absolutely. I'll message her on Slack right now, or just talk to her on the phone if that's easiest. I'll give her a call. No, not an official protest or rally or anything. So I talked to two folks who were part of that chant, Let's Go Joe. They were part of this text group, basically former Obama aides who are now onto other types of work, and they just like, we're gonna go to the White House and in support of Joe, stepping down and thanking him for what he's done as president, So I talked to a couple who were vacationing in Maryland. They live in Maryland too, but they drove 3 hours with 3 kids just to do that, chant, to be here with the group and take some photos and hold up some signs. So. That's what that was. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like alert worthy, maybe live blog worthy, if that's a thing, but that'd be it. Yeah, happy to call her right now, see where she's at. Yep, happy, yep. And I mean, I'm not in a good position to feed some quotes, but I'm not sure who's maybe editing my reaction or what, but I'm happy to try to feed quotes at some point. Yeah, I've been here 3 hours, and happy to stay a little longer if you want, but I got 7, 8 interviews. I got an independent voter. I was really hoping to get a Republican. I've seen a couple, but they didn't want to be on the trying. But that's the only person that I haven't gotten. I've gotten a guy of Indian descent, black lady. Stop lying, basically. They were lying all along that Biden's health was an issue, and he's not gonna. He thinks Trump's going to win, but he'd rather have an option for a third party. Unfortunately, he knows that's not viable. He doesn't have too many good words about Harris either. So, yeah, he's kind of an interesting perspective for sure. So I think he had a lot of unique things to say. It wasn't, thank you, Joe. That's for sure. Yeah, so I got a variety for sure in that respect. And the Indian guy I talked to is a first-time voter, so he's not really made up his mind between Biden or Trump. So that was an interesting interview. So got a lot of good stuff. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I can reach out to production and see if they even. Well, yeah, and just encourage them to whatever best quotes they find and edit, pass it along in text, put in a good word to make it all formats, Otherwise, I can do that late tonight and do my best. So. But I feel like I got a good amount, and I don't want to go crazy because you know, I worked on Sunday last, you know, had one full day off, so. Yeah, I'd say after I call Meg, honestly. I mean, I got B-roll. I don't know if I want a lot more B-roll. Cool? Yeah, I feel like we got... Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye. Jack told me to just call you in case you needed some extra color. I mean, I'm happy to type something out if you wanted some idea of like what I saw and heard. I did a lot of interviews. I don't have like direct quotes, but if you like summarize some stuff and try to get direct quotes to you later. Sorry, I'm with AP, but I'm on the phone right now. Sorry, what was that, Meg? Oh, great. Perfect. It wasn't an official rally. It was a text chain of former Obama aides, so it wasn't like anything official. Just we're kind of thrown together. A lot of friends who had worked in the White House and now are on to other things, like some work for nonprofits. The married couple I talked to with 3 kids, they were vacationing. Yeah, they were vacationing 3 hours away and drove in just for this, you know, to support Joe. Thank them. And they're at this point again behind Harris. I talked to a Indian voter who's going to be a first-time voter. He just became a citizen, and he's really undecided at this point. He doesn't know who the Democrats put up. He might vote for Trump for the economy, for immigration reasons, this and that. So he was an interesting interview. Definitely wish you could rewind the live feed at this point. Yeah, I'd have to pull that. Yes. Yeah. I got a good amount of interviews, and I'm really hoping to get those quotes. Like, there's some good ones. So I was planning to move on, but happy to stick around. What do you feel? Do you want something else? Another one live? Does he have one other thing you're gonna work off of right now? Oh, for sure. For sure. Good to know kind of your perspective on it, because I'm happy to get direct quotes ASAP, but if you feel like you could wait a little bit. They're all voters, you know, they're all going to be relevant still come later tonight. I'll be happy to forward you. Been a long couple of weeks. Looking like a lot longer ships to come. So I'm trying to keep it to a minimum when I can. Yeah, and I'll just send those quotes to you later tonight, and we'll see what comes next. Best of luck with all of it, as always. Talk soon, I'm sure. Cheers. Bye.